Rey Rivera was a dreamer, a screenwriter, an aspiring director, and a man who believed stories could change lives. After marrying the love of his life, Allison, the two moved to Southern California so Rey could chase his Hollywood dream. But passion doesn't always pay the bills. Eventually, reality set in, and that's when an old friend reappeared. Porter Stansbury, Rey's longtime friend from school, offered him a job at his financial publishing company, Stansbury and Associates. Rey wasn't a finance guy, but he was a writer and filmmaker, and Porter needed someone who could shape stories, create videos, and help restore credibility after controversy. So Rey and Allison left California behind and moved to Baltimore, Maryland. They found a beautiful home in a quiet neighborhood. They were happy and planning on building a future with talks of starting a family. And then, Rey vanished, never to be seen alive again. On the morning of May 16, 2006, Allison prepared to leave for a short business trip. Rey woke up early and made her breakfast. They talked and they laughed. They told each other they loved one another. Knowing she had a decent drive ahead of her, she got ready to leave. Rey walked her to the car and helped load her luggage. They kissed goodbye. It was the last time she would ever see him. When Allison arrived at her hotel later that evening, she tried to call Rey. No answer, just voicemail. Again and again. Growing worried, she called their house guest, Claudia. Claudia told her something chilling. At around 6:30 p.m., Rey had received a phone call. He answered it, said, "Oh," and then ran out of the house, frantically, as if something urgent had just happened. He never came back. By the next morning, no one had heard from him. Not Allison, not Claudia, not his mother, not his brother. Rey Rivera had simply disappeared. Family and friends flooded into Baltimore. Flyers were printed. Hospitals were called. Police were contacted. News stations aired his photo. Maps and notes were spread across the kitchen table. Everyone was looking for Rey, including his family. They decided to take a drive around Baltimore and look for his car. After driving around for what felt like forever, they found his car, parked behind a building near downtown Baltimore. It had a parking ticket on it. The parking attendant confirmed it must have been sitting there since the night Rey vanished. Even stranger, it was parked near Rey's workplace. But inside the car, there were no clues, no cell phone, no wallet. Not even the money clip Allison had gifted him for their wedding. 8 days later, something horrifying was discovered. Some of Rey's co-workers were searching the city when they went to the historic Belvedere Hotel. From the rooftop, they noticed something strange below them, a massive hole in a lower metal roof. Nearby were Rey's flip-flops, torn and scattered. Police were called. Inside a locked, unused conference room beneath that hole, they found Rey's body. He had crashed through the metal roof and fallen to the floor below. Blood lined the walls next to Rey's remains. He had been dead for days, and this would make the medical examiner's job very difficult. Rey had massive injuries, broken bones, internal organ damage, skull fractures, consistent with a violent fall. But investigators couldn't determine where he fell from. The hole was too far from the main rooftop. Even if Rey had a running start and jumped, he never would have made it the spot where he eventually was found. And the parking garage's height didn't fit the injuries. Police wondered if maybe he had fallen from the 11th floor, but the 11th floor ledge required impossible access. What made this all so frustrating for Rey's family was everyone knew he was terrified of heights, making the likelihood he jumped willingly even less likely. And how was it that a tall and athletic guy like Rey was never noticed by any of the residents, visitors, or employees of the hotel? Even more unsettling, Rey's cell phone was found near the hole, undamaged. His glasses were untouched, but his wallet and engraved money clip, a wedding gift from Allison, were gone. No one saw him, no cameras caught him. No one heard the thunderous crash of a body smashing through a metal roof. And yet, police insisted that Rey had done this to himself. At Rey's home, police found a strange note taped behind his computer. It wasn't a goodbye. It wasn't a confession. It was a bizarre list of names, movies, and cryptic phrases, typed in tiny font. One line stood out: "Whom virtue unites, death will not separate." A phrase connected to Freemasonry. Some believe the note contained a hidden code. Others believe it showed a mind under pressure. But one thing was clear: it wasn't a suicide note. Even the medical examiner refused to label Rey's death a suicide. She ruled it undetermined, citing inconsistencies with his injuries, and said that the police should never have shut down the case since it was ruled undetermined. One detail made everything darker. The call that made Rey run out of the house that night came from his workplace, Stansbury and Associates. Yet Rey's best friend, Porter Stansbury, refused to speak to police. His employees were ordered not to cooperate. Years later, Porter's company was fined by the SEC for financial fraud, the very scandal Rey had been brought in to help repair. Allison remembered something else. Not long before Rey vanished, their house alarm had gone off in the middle of the night. Rey grabbed a baseball bat, terrified someone was breaking in. Had he been afraid of something? Had he learned something he wasn't supposed to know? Rey Rivera had everything to live for: a loving wife, a new home, a future full of promise. And yet, he died in one of the most baffling cases in modern true crime. To this day, no one has been charged, no one has been held responsible, and no one can explain how Rey ended up beneath that roof. And if we believe there is more to this story than the police would let on, then that means that somewhere in Baltimore, someone still holds onto a bit of knowledge they may not even know is the key to the mystery of Rey Rivera. Subscribe to Illuminate Stories for more tales. Don't forget to like, share, and hit the bell to stay illuminated.